The current women's world champion, Wenjun, defeated Maxime Vachier LaGrave in a smooth game without any difficulty at all. There is a huge rating difference between them. Wenjun is 2555, MVL is 2737. But still, the game was so one sided. Ju played d4, MVL played knight f6, c4, e6, knight out, and d5. So we have queen's gambit declined, transposition, knight c3, bishop b4. So this is the Ragozin defense. Queen a4 check, knight c6, defending the bishop, e3, castles, bishop d2, rook e8, a3. Of course, black has to exchange of the bishop. If he goes back, then b4 and c5 traps the bishop. Takes, knight e4, queen c2, a5. The position is already slightly better for white. The inaccuracy by MVL was here something like knight e7 was possible. Knight e4 is okay. And here after queen c2, it was better to play the central brick e5. This was the chance to play e5. There was queen f6 as well, another option. And he played a5, bishop d3, f5, and castles. Bishop d7, b4. So white has more space on the queen side, the double bishop, but the double bishops are both blocked, so it's not much right now, but still, they are a force to reckon with later. Queen e7, b5, knight d8. Here, MVL has options to play knight f7, knight g5, and attack on the king side. Even rook f8, rook f6 possibilities are there. Bishop d2 was played and c6. MVL decides to challenge the space on the queen side, but Wenjun just enters with queen c7. Here, probably MVL had underestimated the power of this entry. He would have thought just knight f7 and then knight d6, knight d6 and rook c8 should do the job of pushing away the queen, like here. This position, black might have been thinking rook c8 should be enough now. So rook c8 is coming, so white has to retreat. But if white retreats, there is bishop takes b5 or knight takes b5. The b5 pawn hangs. So what is the plan for Wenjun? Here, Wenjun correctly assessed the situation. She had already figured this out. After, she just plays a4, allowing rook c8, but she doesn't mind keeping the queen on b6. Queen is actually totally trapped over here, but also nobody can attack it that easily. To attack, black will have to shift pieces around. That'll give enough time for white to solve the problem. And white can immediately play rook c7 right now if white wants to. So this was a good decision by Juventus to allow rook c8 and go to b6 and have a good position with extra space. Knight c4. This was not a good decision by MVL because after takes, the c4 pawn is just weak and almost gone. Bishop a3, queen f6, and knight e5. White's pieces are so active now. Bishop moves and the c4 pawn is gone. Takes. f4. Too late. The counterplay on the king side is too slow. Here, Wenjun has to assess the situation again because there are options. You can go for pawn takes, queen takes, and defend here with knight f3 or rook f1. But knight d2 is kind of coming after rook f1. So, and there's another option of taking here after rook takes rook. So she decides takes, and there is no problems on the king side. She decides. Pawn takes pawn. What will you do? Can we take the rook? Can we take the knight? You will be allowing queen takes pawn if you do either of those. So actually that is possible. It is actually the best option to just take the rook or the knight. Queen takes rook. If queen takes f2, just king h1. There's no problem. But Juanjun tries to play a little safe and she plays f3, which is also a great move. Rook c3, because if the knight moves, the rook would have hung. Queen takes knight, again a safe decision. And now it's basically a piece up. Bishop c5 and everything is in control. And queen goes down, pinning the bishop. Queen h5. Can you find a very nice move that Juanjun played in this position? There is no threats from black, but black is just holding on. Juanjun plays a move that disconnects the bishop and the queen. She plays g4. Queen h4 and bishop is gone. Queen f2 is coming, but it's again not that big a threat. King h7. So queen h2 is annoying a little bit. And the rook is actually hanging right now. Queen takes rook is also annoying. I mean, it's a threat to deal with. But Juvenjun doesn't mind. She finds a very nice way to end any counterplay from black. Can you find out what she played? Queen h8. And that was it. MVL resigned after this because after king takes, knight g6 check, and it's basically two pieces up, and the pawn would fall, and there's a pass pawn. It just gone. After queen h8, MVL resigned. So the women's world champion has defeated one of the players in the top 10. That too in a style where there was nothing for MVL. It was totally one sided. A very nice game by the women's world champion.